Oh, I think Tonio just joined.
Hi, Tonio.
Hi,
Hello.
from New York City.
Woo!
I'm from the SF Bay Area, and so are Laura and Adriana, and we're all on. I think Pam might join us. I'm recording this call so that if other people want to see it later, they can. This is for our oil team, so anyone I enroll and anyone you guys enroll. It's kind of like a private little group just to give you guys a little extra education. So this is a focus today, and I'm going to just mute everyone. If you want to say something, just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. But I'm just going to focus today on what we can do to boost our immune system. So a lot of us already have oils in our homes, and it's just about what do we use and how do we use it and how to be most efficient with what we have. And then you might learn some new things too, and I'll include some acupressure points to help fortify our immune system. And so I'll just start by saying the whole On Guard line obviously was made with this in mind for immunity. So it goes back to the ancient times of the plague, in fact. And it used to be called the thieves blend. So it's a very similar blend to that, where they put the robbers during the plague put this thieves blend on their bandanas, and then they weren't getting sick. That's the mythology of it. And so we've taken that forward into a blend that has wild orange, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And those are just powerful, powerful protectant essential oils. And so those are going to protect our immune system and boost our immune system. And clove is like one of the highest antioxidants on the planet. I've talked about this before in my classes, so we all know that. So we can use it all three ways. We can use it aromatically, topically, and rubbing it on the bottom of our feet morning and night, and internally, either in your water, make a tea, or there's even a popcorn recipe, sprinkling it in with coconut oil. So that's kind of fun to get it into the kids' systems. But so what you want to do is you want to either buy, we have an On Guard Touch roll-on, or make your own. It's really easy to do the rolling on the bottom of your feet. Because it's a hotter oil, you do want to dilute it. And so it's got the cinnamon and clove, which is a little spicy on our skin. So what you can do if you don't want to make a roll-on, or you just don't have the time to do it, it's okay. You just have our fractionated coconut oil. And so I'll demonstrate what you would do. You'll just pour a few drops in your hand of the fractionated coconut oil. You're gonna add a few drops of the On Guard. You're gonna rub your hands together. You're gonna inhale a few deep breaths like that. And then you're gonna rub it on the bottom of your feet. If you have any left over, you can put it on your spine, in the back of your neck, right there. And then the wrists open up to the chest and lungs. So a good blend for that would be our Breathe blend. Now, if you don't have On Guard, but you do have rosemary, you can use rosemary instead of On Guard. And if you don't have our Breathe blend, but you have eucalyptus, you can use eucalyptus, which is in the Breathe blend. So an acupressure point, a good acupressure point to put your On Guard besides the bottom of your feet is going to be stomach 36. So we really want to fortify our immune system starting with the gut. And that's why, you know, our protocol for wellness includes gut health. And so we want to focus on still taking our lifelong vitality pack. That's going to be our #1 protector with our probiotics and our digestive enzymes. And that's going to be one of the most important things you can do right now to protect your immune system, is just start with gut health, and your immune system starts in your gut, right? So if we build a healthy gut, we're building a healthy immune system, eating right, all of that, reducing sugar, eliminating sugar, because that weakens the immune system. But what we want to do is, if you have 4 fingers, you can place them right below your knee. So I don't know if I can demonstrate. Let's see. I'm going to put my knee up here. So you put 4 fingers below your knee, right underneath your pinky there. That's stomach 36. That's a fortifying point for your immune system and for your stomach. So you can put On Guard right there, and you can massage, excuse me, stomach 36. When you're massaging acupressure points, those are points on your body where your energy is the most condensed. So you have these meridians, and those are the points where they have the most energy. And so what you're doing by applying essential oils is you're heightening the energy of that point and helping the flow to unblock there. So the high vibration oils unblock energy in our bodies. So what you do is you just hold that point for about 30 seconds to 3 minutes until you feel warmth or a change, an energy change, a shift. And so stomach 36, not only does it fortify your immune system, it's going to be good for circulation to your leg. It's going to be good for energy. So if you get a afternoon energy slump, and it's also good for digestion, of course, because it's a stomach point. So On Guard, of course, has a whole line, and we want to make sure we are using things in our home that are also protective. We want to wash our hands. Number one, we want to wash our hands because that's very effective. So we have an On Guard foaming hand soap that is really fantastic. Now, if you don't have it, just add a little On Guard to your hand soap. Okay, so right now, if you don't have that, just fortify your hand soap with a drop of On Guard. The other thing you can do is, I'll get up our little, I'm going to share my screen for a sec and share a picture with you. So let me go to my immunity document here. Okay, so here's our team doctors did a little webinar on how to fortify your immune system. So I'm going to pull some slides from their presentation. So like I said, the first defense is proper hand washing. And you want to do it for 20 seconds. And then you want to, so here's our foaming hand soap. You just pour this bottle into this bottle and there you have it. We're sold out of a lot of our On Guard stuff. That's why I'm going to talk about hacks and how to make some things yourself. A lot of our On Guard stuff is flying off the shelves. This hand sanitizer, you can have 1 per person per month, per order, I guess, per order. So you could place multiple orders for it. But this is a hand sanitizer that's 64% rubbing alcohol, which they've said is very efficient right now. So you can make your own if you don't have it. You just add about, this is a 30 ml bottle, and doTERRA actually sells these bottles. So you can do this yourself by just adding like 90% rubbing alcohol, about 30 drops of On Guard, and about maybe a little bit of coconut oil so your hands don't get dried out. This actually has an apple extract to do the same thing. So that's a really great thing to bring with you out in the world. Okay, so you have protection there. And then in your house, I'm just going to stop the share for a sec so I can show you what I use and how I create it. We have an On Guard cleansing concentrate. This is going to save you a lot of money on cleansing products. And this can be used on all surfaces except for hardwood floors and I guess unfinished stone was the other thing it says in here. But I got couple of the little sizes of glass spray bottles, and I just put labels on them so I don't have to read the directions every time. I go, okay, in my small bottle, this is going to be in my bathroom, and it's going to be a little stronger blend than the multi-purpose. This is my multi-purpose one. So you just look at how much, like this, just 1 tablespoon of that cleanser concentrate, and then I put in an 8-ounce bottle, I just fill the rest with distilled water. And if you wanted to search up a little, googlescholar.com has a great peer-reviewed study about On Guard. You would just search up doTERRA On Guard virus. That's it. And the study will come up and show you how effective on guard is, okay? So if you do want to dive a little more into like some sciencey stuff. The other thing is our doctors, let's see, let me go back to the slides here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So if you want something else to protect your body besides on guard, we have something called DDR prime. It's a DNA damage and repair blend. And we have capsules and an oil. So you can diffuse, trade off diffusing on guard and DDR prime throughout the day. You can also take a capsule of DDR prime or our on guard capsule. Now, our on guard capsules, they add oregano, black pepper, and melissa. And we've been sold out of those for a while, but I do have a hack of how you can make them yourself. So this is how you make your own on guard soft gel. It's 2 drops of on guard and 1 drop of everything else. So oregano, black pepper, and melissa. And melissa is a very protective oil at this time to take internally. So very, very protective. So what we want to do is take a veggie cap. And we have these little, they're like $4 for like 160 or something. So you just open one of these up and put that blend in there and take it a couple times a day. And what I've found when I do this, I found that if I was fighting off something like, oh God, I feel really run down, I feel really tired, like I just feel not right. If I take this, it just kicks it out. Okay, it's like before it even gets a chance to start. Or if someone in the household is sick or someone at work is sick, I'll take it preventatively. Be like, okay, it's around me. I'm gonna just boost my immune system so that I will not get it. So just know you can use it preventatively. And as a safety note, if you're taking oregano by itself in a capsule, you're limited to about 10 days of oregano, and then you need to give your digestion a break. You need to stop for about 2 weeks. And that is because it's very effective. It's like a natural antibiotic. It's just very effective at breaking down, things that are harmful for our body and clearing things out. We have a 30-day cleanse that has a gut cleanse that has oregano in it too. And that's really a positive thing to do, especially in the springtime. It's a good time to do cleansing for our bodies. Okay, so we've got the On Guard plus soft gel. If you can't find these because they're sold out, you make them yourself. You've got your DNA damage and repair blend, which you can take internally, and you can also diffuse. The other oils that are helpful right now are going to be thyme and arbor vitae. So these 2 oils are very protective, and you are going to see a little roll-on recipe that our doctors created with some of these in them. So you can actually, let's see, create your own. It's called Fluma. So Fluma, I'm going to see what else they say here. Lifelong vitality, 1 capsule of adaptive. So we'll go over that in a minute. DDR prime, correct. Okay, that's good. I'll remind you guys about that. Okay, so right here is the little recipe for Fluma. That's creating your own roll-on. And so like I've created here, my own little Fluma roll-on. So you can get these little 10 milliliter roll-ons, and the tops, right, they just pop off. So you can fill it up. And it smells so good. Okay, so you want to do 10 drops each of Fluma stands for frankincense, lemongrass, on guard, oregano, melaleuca, or we now call it tea tree because people weren't understanding what melaleuca is. It's just a certain species of tea tree that is edible. And then arbor vitae. So what you want to do is create that and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. You want to apply it to your hands and wrists and front and back of your neck. So if you're going out in public, this is like another additional thing to take with you besides the hand sanitizer, because it'll be like protective. It'll be protective before it even gets in. And you can put it on the bottom of your feet with the On Guard. You can alternate that throughout the day. So that's a great little blend. The other cool thing, which I love finding another use for this Correct X ointment. This is an ointment that has essential oils in it that are protective, including helichrysum, which is one of our most expensive oils. This is only like $12, so you can get this Correct X ointment. And you just put a little Q-tip or a Kleenex and put it on the inside edge of your nostrils before you go out in public. I have another wellness advocate who did that for the first time, and she said, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, it also helped clear my sinuses and my allergies are better. So that's another side benefit. So that's another thing you can try. We have this Breathe Stick, which is handy, especially for people who suffer from respiratory issues. But what you can do is it's like putting Breathe on your chest and upper back. If you don't have this, but you do have Breathe, just dilute a little Breathe, put it on your chest and upper back. And that's going to support respiratory health. Right now, you know, with like, if you're either feeling like your lungs are compromised or you're a snorer, there's many reasons to use Breathe, but it's also helpful when we're dealing with grief. And the oils that are beneficial for our lungs are the oils that come from leaves and needles. Just like our lungs kind of look like a tree, and they're our outermost aspect of our being, because we're inhaling and exhaling air. They are connected to the outside world, just like lung and large intestine are paired that way. They're our connection to the outside world. So not to get too into traditional Chinese medicine, but this is another thing to know about. It's the acupressure points that you want to use Breathe on, besides your chest and your upper back, are going to be your wrist here. So specifically on the edge of your thumb, because that's where your lung meridian is. So you can apply essential oils here. So, and a little bit higher on the edge here. So just this little kind of area here. And then you can also apply them lung 1 and 2, which is right here. And that's going to open up your chest and your breathing. So when you're taking your deep breaths to kind of let things go, you're going to be also possibly massaging these points. Okay, and making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale helps us sink into a deeper relaxation and go from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's great. The lung and large intestine are paired as far as traditional Chinese medicine go. So let's say your lungs are compromised. Let's say you are getting sick, for instance. You can actually do a rectal suppository with essential oils that will help your lungs. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so what you do is you just take that veggie cap, or again, or some people do coconut oil, like regular coconut oil that hardens, and they mix it in with essential oils, and then they put it into a little, like a line like this, and wrap it up. And then once it's frozen in the freezer, you can cut it up. That's another way of doing it. But you could put, oregano is really powerful, so not too much oregano, thyme, and frankincense. Okay, so those are good. You could also add, if you want, some eucalyptus or Breathe. That's another idea. But there's also a point on the large intestine meridian that boosts your immune system and circulation. It's kind of like the stomach 36 point on your leg, but this time it's on your arm, really easy to access. You just bend your arm, and then it's going to be, if you're pressing down in the crease, like I'm pressing down right there. So you can do that throughout the day to boost your immune system. And a good oil to put here would be eucalyptus or Breathe or cypress. This also helps move energy. This helps move energy in our body and circulation in our upper limbs. So if you get cold hands, you want to do that as well and massage that point. So let's see, what else do I have to share with you about that? Melissa, if you are feeling run down, and you can still do the Melissa in the On Guard blend, but you can add more Melissa on its own. This is an expensive oil, but guess what? I recently found out Emily Wright, who's one of our founders at doTERRA, she says she's adding our yarrow palm. This has Melissa in it. And this is actually a capsule that's meant to help with antioxidants specifically for skin health from the inside out, because we have a yarrow palm oil that's amazing for skin on the outside. But this is so the inside. And she also mentioned that not only does it have Melissa, but vitamin C and zinc to just boost a little more of that lifelong vitality pack. You're adding a little bit more of that right now. It has frankincense. It has, what else does it have? Let me just look. I actually have the little flyer somewhere. Yarrow palm blend capsules. Here we go. So it has a cellular beauty complex with pomegranate seed oil, grape seed extract, yarrow flower, frankincense resin, celery seed oil, which is amazing to heal your gut lining from your esophagus all the way down. Pomarosa, which was our oil of the month last month, which is it's actually a grass that smells like rose, and it's really, really beneficial for skin. Now this also has turmeric oil and a melon fruit extract concentrate, and Melissa. So just so you know, that's another thing she recommended right now to boost our immune system, Emily Wright. And then last, I think the other thing that our doctors recommended was to help calm our nervous system right now would be our adaptive capsules and adaptive oil blend. So there's also a roll-on, a 10 ml roll-on. And what the difference is between these guys is this 15 milliliter is a pure essential oil blend. And so that's gonna help with everything nervous system. So if we're feeling a little bit stressed right now, this would be a good thing to alternate or add to DDR Prime when you're diffusing that. I'm going to share my screen just to show you a little bit more about adaptive. Okay, so here's adaptive, and you can see what's in it is uplifting and calming. And this came out at Convention 2019 and has been so helpful to so many people, thank goodness, with helping us with anxious feelings and calming our nervous system. So the uplifting part is going to be wild orange and spearmint. And spearmint's a little mellower, if that's a word, than peppermint. But it's really great when you want some uplifting to combine citrus and mint. But then look, they also put in lavender and neroli, the florals, for heart healing and calming and to balance mood. And then we have copaiba and sweet gum. So also a little more of the grounding in there and calming. Of course, copaiba we know is very calming to our nervous system and endocannabinoid system. And so take it, if you diffuse it with this oil blend, you can add things to this. Like I'm really liking Arbor Vitae, which is great right now. And I'm adding it to my blends. Arbor Vitae is such an earthy grounding. It's like so intense. It's the red cedar tree. I'm adding that to some of this just to kind of give it even more woodsiness and more protection. But this is very protective for our nervous system. Now we go on to see that this is the whole adaptive system. This is going to help us with our limbic system, which affects our behavior, thought, and emotions. And then the capsules help us with neurological and biochemical ways. And what do they add to the capsules is GABA, selenium root, which is going to help with alert serenity. And what am I forgetting? Oh, ahi flower. It's very, very high in omegas for brain health. So this system has helped a lot of people, including myself, as far as this little adaptive capsule being a daily protocol with my morning little lifelong vitality pack, a digestive enzymes, probiotics, and then throughout the day using this adaptive blend for calm feelings. So let's see if I have anything else. Oh yeah, this is good. So we can see Dr. Hill at our convention said, okay, we're going to want mental wellness, but then we're going to want restful sleep, and that's our foundation. Another thing you can add for restful sleep would be, of course, the frankincense, copaiba, Siberian fir trilogy under our tongues morning and night, which is part of our daily protocol. So the copaiba can really help us with sleep. So that's, let's see if I have anything else to show you. Oh yeah, there is one other thing. One of our team doctors came up with, if you want it, you can always do, let me see if I can find it. It's down at the bottom here. This is so cool. So global health concerns. What should I use for internal use, topical use, and diffusing? So this just gives you some ideas of other things you can use that you might have on hand that are to prioritize at this time. She did spell cinnamon wrong. Well, we can forgive her for that. Nobody's perfect, but look at this. This is so helpful. You can always take a screenshot or watch the video later if you want some extra ideas. Lime is a really good one to also take internally in your water for respiratory health. So if you're drinking your citrus oils throughout the day, you could add some lime to those citrus oils, and that'll really help too. Okay, so I am going to stop the share. And thank you so much for joining. If anybody has a question, just raise your hand. But that's my recommendations for immunity and supporting us during this time, staying healthy and happy, and doing some self-care and giving back to ourselves every day, just a little bit every day. I'm starting a veggie garden, just something fun that I feel like I can be proactive and do. Even though it's raining for the next 3 days, I'm planting the seeds for the next 3 days. And then my starter's all ready to go, and the planter box came in the mail. I'm excited. Okay, so what are you guys doing for self-care, and do you have any questions for me? Just raise your hand.